Hello, Dr. Brant Hulsebus here, and welcome to another edition of Ask the Chiropractor. Ask the Chiropractor is my little podcast that I do. When someone has a question about chiropractic or chiropractic care, I try to answer. I'm a chiropractor here in Rockford, Illinois. I'm a proud graduate of Palmer College of Chiropractic, and I'm happy to be the team chiropractor of the Rockford Ice Hogs. Let's dive into it. Hello, and thank you for tuning in. So, as I'm out walking about here in Rockford, where I'm a chiropractor, a lot of people will come up to me in the public and say, sometimes the back pain goes away really quickly and sometimes it doesn't. What's the difference? How come things can't go away fast and some things take longer? And the healing time depends on whether the cause was corrected or just the symptom was treated. That's the bottom line. So why does some back pain go away quickly and some doesn't? Let's dive into a little bit. Why did my friend recover in 2 days, but I've had this for months, right? Because that's what you hear a lot. I've had a lot of people come in and tell me, the last time you adjusted me, it went away right away. I got my adjustment. I feel great. This time it seems to be lingering. Are you making the right adjustment? Are you doing this correctly? Or for me, it's, hey, when your dad saw me, this went right away. Now, 25 years later, you're seeing me. Why is it taking so long to get better? Well, let's talk a little bit about this thing, right? There's two types of back pain, right? There's temporary stress versus a structural mechanical issue. So let's talk about a temporary issue. Is I went to the gym today. I worked out. I overdid it. My muscles are a little sore. Last week, I talked about how you can have a muscle strain from overdoing something versus actually having a joint misalignment, creating bigger problems. So if we have a muscle strain versus a spinal restriction from a misalignment, or we have starting to get, you've heard me talk about the righting reflex, like left and right, the righting reflex. Your eyes always stay level, so something in your lower back goes to the left, something in your upper back will go to the right and balance yourself out. So there's all kinds of different things that causes back pain. And so different things take different times to get better. Temporary overload is a real easy way to have low back pain. When I left the gym the other day, my back was tight. It was sore. I was tired. I got up early after only a couple hours of sleep. I worked out really hard. My muscles were fatigued. I got a little bit inflamed. I had a little minor sprain. Gave it some time, let it rest, let it heal, and it went away. So the back pain goes away really quickly because it's just a small little strain or sprain or overuse. But why is it that some people have this and it keeps coming back, it keeps returning, it keeps happening over and over again? Because my back pain happened at one time and didn't have it happen again because the next week I was more prepared for the workout, my body was ready for it, and I didn't have any other problems. But some people, it comes back over and over again. I even see them at the gym where they have to alter exercises because they know the pain's going to come every time. Now we're looking at joint restriction from what we call a vertebral subluxation. The spine's misaligned, creating stress. The stress is called the vertebrae to lock up. They're locked up in order for you not to create further damage, to irritate the nerve any more you have to, and to protect the disc at the same time. So what happens is when you have this subluxation, you have one or two bones misaligned, stress is being released, stress is traveling down the nerves wherever they go, and it's also talking to the surrounding musculature saying, don't let these move anymore. It's already not right. We don't need to be any more wrong, so you need to lock up, protect this. And if you don't see the chiropractor, you don't get that corrected. As the stress reduces of what you're currently doing to it, the lockup will ease up as you're not stressing it, but the first time you stress it, it'll come right back. So if I'm carrying bags of salt to my water softener, that spot in my spine is like, whoa, the load doesn't increase, the stress doesn't increase. We're going to lock this up so it doesn't come back. So I go to lift those, oh, the pain's right back again. Or if I'm at the gym, every time I do this lunge, I get this hip pain right on my hip flexor. The back already knows this is a weak area. This is an area that it's been protecting, and you just reintroduce the stress, so it comes right back to protect it because the subluxation, the misalignment, the restriction's still there, and it causes it to go away. Now, as soon as you stop stressing that area, I feel better. Now it's not talking to me. Now I've had a good day. I load up again, it comes right back. So what happens is we get this flare up because you stress the stress. You rest a little bit and you say, okay, I'm not going to do that no more. The subconscious lets its defense down because you're not irritating anymore. You get some relief. And then you go do it again and it repeats. And this becomes this vicious cycle of recurring pain, because if you're not stressing it, it's not locking up. It's not compressing things. It's not restricting motion. It's not irritating the muscles because it's not locking up because you're not stressing it. You stress it again, it comes right back. So as long as that occurs, you go to the chiropractor. The chiropractor is one of the few people that's really trained to dive into this and really look to see what's going on. And what we'll do is we'll do a chiropractic exam. We'll go up and down your spine, start feeling for these fixations. And if we feel the fixation, then we know we might have a problem. We'll do some nerve testing, reflexes and things like that if we have to. We'll do strength testing side to side if we have to. We'll take some x-rays of your spine to see what's going on with your spine if we see the misalignments. We know about compensatory areas. If this area over here is locked up, this area over here should be doing this. If we see those things, then we know there's probably an issue. Again, you might want to check with your family doctor on this topic, but your family doctor is not trained to look for the things that chiropractors trained to look for, and your family doctor is not educated in chiropractic. So they're going to be a really bad person to ask advice on this because they don't know anything that we do. I'm friends with a lot of medical doctors and DOs, doctor of osteopaths. They really don't know what we do. They have no idea. I don't know how to do their surgeries, though. Like, I can't do a spine surgery. Or when people ask me, what prescription should I take for this? I say, I don't know. That's not what I do. I'm not a medical doctor. You should ask a medical doctor that question. So that's what we're looking for when you come see us. We're looking to see only what a chiropractor's trained to look for. We call it motion palpation. We feel up and down your spine looking for the fixations. We compare that to an x-ray findings that we have. We look at to see how, if you lift this leg and bend this leg, how do you move biomechanically? And if you lift this leg and don't bend the knee, if you turn your head to the left, turn your head to the right, what's moving, what's not moving, what's fixated, what's not fixated. We palpate, we feel the musculature in your spine. We want to see where this tightness is. If this SI joint's tight, I can feel the paraspinal muscles going from that hip joint all the way up to L1, L2. Then I push the L1, L2, and it doesn't want to move. Then I go down and see a short leg and a long leg. And if I ask you to lift one, lift the other one, different things happen. And then if I look at your x-ray, I see the L1's crooked. And I ask you, how has your bowels been? Oh, I've had all kinds of issues with my bowels. That's where those nerves go. And I ask you if you have groin pain. You're like, a matter of fact, I do on one side. That's a screaming L1, 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 L1. I'll go and make the L1 adjustment. But again, why do some people have this and it goes away right away? Other people come back? Is it just a sprain or strainers, or actually a misalignment? Then when we look at the misalignments, after we do all those exams, we have to look to see the severity of the misalignment. If I look at your x-rays and you have a really bad scoliotic curve, meaning that the spinuses are all kicked out to the side, you have a big sideways curve where it should be straight up and down, you've got bad disc, bad joints, everything's got arthritis, degeneration, degenerative disc disease. I love that name, degenerative disc disease. It's not a disease, it's just a dehydrated disc. But degenerative disc disease and other things like that going, it's going to be more complicated of a chiropractic case. So that's why some people go to the chiropractor once and feel better. Other people go several times and it takes a long time to get better. There's even more factors here other than just a sprain and sprain. So if you have bad disc and you have bad curves in your spine and you have arthritic growth, osteophytic formation, little bony spurs around your vertebrae, you're not going to heal as quick as somebody who has a good, strong, healthy disc. You're not going to heal as fast as someone who doesn't have that big twist and curve to their spine. It's just different factors are going on here. And I mentioned earlier, somebody came in and said, hey, I saw your father 30 years ago. I came in here in 1997. Your dad gave me an adjustment last time I had this going down my leg, and it went away right away. And now it's 2026. I waited 30 years to come back, and now the pain's back. What do you mean you're going to see me more than 3 times? Your father fixed it 30 years ago in 3 visits. Guess what's happened in those 30 years? The joint's degenerated. The disc is gone. Osteophytic formation has formed. And I don't know about most people, but after 30 years, going from the age of 40 to 70, most people don't get a lot stronger. People get weaker. They have some deterioration. The body undergoes changes of aging. It doesn't regenerate. Metabolism changes. So to adjust that lower back, it's going to take longer to get better than somebody who's athlete, young, it keeps coming. Yeah, maybe my dad did get you better in 1 or 2 visits back in I'll just say 96, and now it's 2026, and you're expecting the same results. That's pretty hard for us to repeat, especially because dad got you relief, right? When my father adjusted you 30 years ago, he got the joint to moving and got you relief. But only 3 or 4 visits, there wasn't a massive correction, just a loosening the joint up. Usually somebody will come in for a while and do some maintenance and some stabilization exercises and try to literally reform that joint. If you only come 3 or 4 times, I seriously doubt that joint was remodeled and fully repaired. It just got a lot better, got moving better, and it slowly crept back in. Just like smoking 1 cigarette doesn't give you lung cancer, but smoking a lot of them do. So if dad knew a problem 30 years ago, adjusted you, you waited 30 years to really follow up with it, what do you think happened to that joint on that 30 years? Would it ever be possible for me to see you 1 time or 2 times and make it go away? Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you're just lucky. Sometimes that joint didn't do those things. But if that joint's degenerative and there's been changes, it's going to take a lot longer to get fixed. When somebody asks me how many times do I need to come see you, those are the things we take into account. How bad does the joint spaces look? How bad is the misalignment? Are there other compensatory misalignments to go with this? Do you have all kinds of neurological deficits telling me it's been there for a long time? Do you have muscular changes that tells me it's been there for a really long time? Have you altered your gait or your walking pattern because this problem's been with you for such a long time? These are all things that would make us have to see you more, have to take out a longer time period. So there's the factors, right? The first thing, is this a quick fix or a long-term fix? Is it a misalignment or is it just a sprained muscle? Just a sprained muscle will probably go away really fast. If it's a misalignment, it's going to take more. The next thing is, how long has that misalignment been there? How long have you been waiting to see us because someone told you don't go to the chiropractor because it could be bad, or you ask your medical doctor, they don't know what chiropractors do, so they told you not to go, and now you've allowed it to degenerate to a certain point where now it's going to take a lot. So why do some people get better quick, some takes longer? There's 2 different scenarios there. I wanted to go over both of them with you. And remember, the only person qualified to answer these questions are a chiropractor. So you have questions about chiropractic or chiropractic care, ask a chiropractor. If you're looking for a chiropractor, I recommend going to our national association, chiropractic.org, chiropractic.org, and there you'll be able to find a chiropractor near you. Or if you're in Rockford, Illinois, come on in, talk to me. I'll answer you straight. Thanks for listening.